The next speaker is an awesome guitar player, and he is also an experienced engineer. He will tell us about PortaSIP API and how it can be used. Welcome, Alexander Fatikov, a senior support engineer.
Good day, everyone. Today I would like to talk about PortaSIP API. PortaSIP API is designed to control the calls going through a system. So what can you do with PortaSIP API? Let's say you are going to provide services to a couple of call centers and you want to make them easy to use and convenient. In such case, you may want to implement some kind of dashboard that will allow you to control the calls and monitor the calls that are going through. And in this case, PortaSIP will come in handy because it allows to build such applications. Here's a little scheme which shows how the PortaSIP API is integrated into PortaSwitch. Basically, PortaSIP API requires only PortaSIP and web server. So if you have PortaSwitch, you're ready to go. No additional servers or licenses are required. Now let's take a look at some real-life examples and business cases which can be implemented using the PortaSIP API. Imagine the following situation. The clients of cell mobile operator are traveling a lot around the world and they don't have good internet connection always. But they still want to have easy way to top up their accounts and stay in touch all the time. In such case, when funds deplete on the balance of your customer, he calls IVR, chooses to top up his account for 60 minutes, and he's immediately charged for his purchase, and he's ready to continue using the services. It is now achievable using PortaSIP API. Another good example is click dial service, which we have implemented internally to call our customers. We're currently migrating from our old system to the PortaSwitch so we can use all the good stuff that is available in PortaSwitch. So we're migrating our telephony system to PortaSwitch. And since our customers, our prospect customers need some kind of connection with sales, because sales department makes a lot of calls, we have decided to integrate click-to-dial service into Aura CRM, so our sales department can contact our customers easily. And we've used PortaSIP API since it allows to integrate click-to-dial service into any application. Also, the calls are recorded so we can rehear them later. The last but not the least example is the Mobile-Centrics project by PhoneAct. Yes. And there were several features implemented using PortaSIP API, which I wanted to talk about. The first feature is on-spot conferences. The thing is, PhoneAct are using the mobile networks in which the transfers and three-way calling are prohibited. So it is needed to somehow work around it and allow users to do three-way calling on spot. And that's why we have implemented on-spot conferences. So if you're making a usual call to one of your colleagues and suddenly you realize that you need to connect someone else, you can easily convert the usual call to a conference call and add your colleagues. Also, if you want to remove someone from a conference permanently or temporarily, you can mute them, you can hold them, put them on hold, and you can just disconnect them. And the second feature I wanted to talk about is presence-based redirection. So sometimes you cannot receive all the calls because you're too busy to do that. And you are, for example, at the meeting. You can set up the status, I'm at the meeting, and configure your application so that only calls from the top management are delivered to your mobile phone. And the rest of the calls go to the call queues. You still don't want to lose those important calls from your customers. So you redirect them to the call queue, and your colleagues will deal with them. So if a call from your CEO, for example, comes in, it goes directly to your phone, and you start speaking. If a call from your customer comes in, it goes to your colleagues, and they deal with it. So to sum everything up, PortaSIP API enables great possibilities for development and providing new services to your customers. Thank you.
Sasha.